Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Ascent Future workshop. In this workshop, we are going to discuss to build an end-to-end data pipeline by integrating multiple services. From Azure, we'll take ADLS. ADLS is Azure Data Lake Storage. And from here, we're going to integrate Databricks to process. And then we are going to store the transformer data into Snowflake. From the Snowflake, we are going to get the more insights, enrich your data, and we can the retrieval based on the customer needs. So now we are going to integrate these three core services, which is a complex process in the market, but now we are going to explain very easily step-by-step process. I'm sure at the end of the workshop, you can do your own hands-on easily on your machines. So let's go and let's rock the workshop. So before go to the workshop, we would like to introduce first who we are. We are from SN Future. SN Future is a leading edge IT training institution, and we are specialized professional team with different competencies in data engineering and data science domains. And we have only one aim is to give solutions to the real world use cases. As part of the process, this is one of the biggest workshop. So now let's go to the workshop. As you know, the workshop is to discuss and to build the end-to-end data pipeline. So before go to the actual building, first let's see the introduction part. What is the introduction of this workshop? So basically, as you know, the data is nowadays everywhere the data we have this, I can call this is a data-driven world. The problem is always with the organizations or it's very challenged to handle the data, like to storage, process for the millions of data. As you know, the data is right now in terms of very big bytes, right? Like we cross the bytes, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabytes, zettabyte, yottabyte. Like we have very huge volume. So there is a need here to seamless, scalable, and robust pipeline for ingesting the data, process the data, to store the data. So we need some solution where we can handle easily for storage and processing and analytics. So now this is a workshop is going to complete the full your requirement, which is comprehensive requirement for the POC level. So now we're going to challenge that problem and to give a solution for that. As part of this process, so we choose these three services, the workshop for this week. Okay, so what are the highlights of this workshop? We're going to discuss about like what is the benefits of unifying data pipeline and how we can centralize the data storage with ADLS and how we can master the data processing and transform with Databricks and how we can use Snowflake for the high performance of analytics and querying to build a scalable and production ready data pipeline to the real world decision making. So now we're going to integrate these three services to solve this problem, to solve this the requirement. So before go to the actual solution, what is the major problem in the market is facing, and then we will see the solution for this. As I said, the data is across everywhere, but the data is fragmented across different systems, different formats, and it's very difficult to integrate with the multiple systems, multiple formats to make it as the one unified solution. That's a problem. And on the transformations, can you give a guarantee what data you're getting on the sources? We have different varieties, right? Like structure, unstructured, semi-structured. So we need a system to handle all these varieties. One is about different types of volume, one is different types of variety, and one is about the velocity, the speed, how you can handle, and how is going to handle the scalability challenges. It is a very struggle to handle the volumes and velocities, you know, um, and inconsistent data deliveries as well. So very delays in the moving data from the ingestion layer to the analytical layer. So there are a lot of problems. I just named only few here, but there are a lot of problems for this. But now we're going to solve all these problems by our solution. So this is the solution is going to provide the end-to-end pipeline to tackle all the challenges. How? As ADLS is going to use to store your all the raw data, is going to centralize your storage of the any variety, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, and Databricks is going to process your jobs, the complexity of jobs. And the Snowflake is going to optimize your analytical process by the high performance querying analytical process. Okay, now we will see how this solution is going to help. One is efficiency. We are automating the entire data pipeline. When I say entire, starting from the ingestion to the analytical level, like ingestion, storage, process, analytics, everything is going to be automated the process. Scalability, we can easily handle the increasing of volumes and complex workflows. As part of the process, we have a real-time analytics also we can do. And we have future-ready layers. By using that, we can apply the machine learning real-time analytics. So like here, we are the team who is going to provide this type of the POCs to the multiple challenges, and our solution is ready to use the production ready data pipelines. So now let's start into the deep dive the solution. Let's dig into it on the architecture part first. As you see this problem and let's see the solution. In this architecture, we'll see the step by step. Number one, yes. So here we use the ADLS storage. In the storage, we have a storage account. In the storage account, for example, here I have a raw container. From the raw container, and we are going to integrate to the Databricks raw layer. So this is called mounting. It is not about like one-time loading. It is about mounting the locations. What is a mounting of the location? It's like a mirroring. So which means whatever data is coming to raw, the raw layer is going to pull from the source. And what is number two? Once data is ready in the raw layer in the mounted location, and we're going to apply a transformation, and the results are going to be a transformation layer. And here, which is mounted back to the different container, which is called transformed container. So if you see this part of the beauty is you are not storing anything on Databricks. You're storing everything on the ADLS, which is the raw, which is the transform. But where is the processing is going on? Is going on Databricks. But where is your storage? The storage is totally the ADLS. So means you're going to divide. It is not something like you're going to pay a lot of billing for storing everywhere the same copy of data. It is going to store. You store the data in the ADLS. That's it. Only for storage, and you're going to process only in Databricks. So that's it. So you need to divide the process. That's why I said unified solution, which is going to use everywhere. Let me just and once you transform your data, and the final step is you're going to integrate the enriched data or the transformer data into the Snowflake, into database. So now we are going to see this practically, the end-to-end pipeline, and we're going to see how we can solve these problems. At the end of the session, we're going to share the code through GitHub, and we will share all this video and everything to you guys so you can practice on your machines. Okay, let's go step by step. So on the step one, as I mentioned here, ADLS setup. We'll create the ADLS account, we'll upload the data, and we will give the permissions to Databricks to access the data. Simple. Step two, you need to process data. What is the meaning of process? Like you need to apply a transformation. what type of transformation. So if like in your business you have a requirement, you're going to apply transformations. Now, as part of this POC, I'm going to take some sample data and then I'm going to apply some transformations. So which means you can apply the same logic and same transformations, or you can apply any other transformations based on your requirement. As part of the process, we're going to set up Databricks workspace, cluster, transform the data, and mounting the locations. So as I said, we need to mount the locations from ADLS to Databricks and save data back to ADLS formats. And step three, Snowflake dependency, right? So we're going to Snowflake. Yes. We're going to install the Snowflake connectors into the Databricks. I will configure the connections. We can load the data into AD. You can load the data from ADLS to the Snowflake, which is nothing but through Databricks. We're going to load our data. We can connect different ways actually. This process you can connect to Databricks or can connect to the ADLS. At the end of the day, my data is stored in the ADLS only. Right. Now this is the time for the playing area. Let's go and play how the workshop, how this practically we're going to handle this. So now I'm going to the Azure login. Right. So this is a Microsoft Azure login account. So you can log in Microsoft accounts. Once you log in, so we can check if you have any storage accounts. So this is the ADLS. Basically, you can see all your services. You can type what service you want to go. So and then you can access, for example, the storage accounts, right? And here you can see all your resources. What are the resources we have? And you can access all your the dashboard, um, everything. Okay, now I'm going to the first part, as we discussed, the ADLS, right? Let's go ADLS, storage accounts. There are some storage accounts here I have. That's fine. I'm going to create a new account called, I'm going to use the same subscription. You can create your new resource group, but I'm going to use the same existing one. If you don't have one resource group, just create one. Storage account name, let's say development stores data. Okay, nice. And then let's review and create and check if you have anything. Okay, let's create. So we are going to create a storage account. Yes, this is ready. Go to resource. Now you can see the storage account is ready. I'm going to containers. So by default, you'll get the logs. That's fine. I'm going to create a container called raw. We call raw data container. Okay, create. Okay. Do I have any data here? No, I just created a container. So in the storage account, in the container, I'm going to upload the data. So I'm going to upload the data. You can upload or you can just drag and drop things. So I'm just taking some uh, data. Okay, I'm just taking raw data, let's say, upload. So here what I did, the step one, I have uploaded a file into my raw folder, raw container, right? So it's ready. My data is ready in the storage account. And what is the next one? Go to Databricks and you need to start your notebook to access this data. So Now I'm going to the Databricks. Okay, I can see here, or you can search. You will get it, Databricks. Okay, I'm going to open a new tab. Okay, Databricks is ready. So when you're doing the first time, you can just create a cluster. You can just create a workspace. And once you create the workspace, it will ask you to launch. That's it. Just launch. So there are two ways, guys, you can access the Databricks. One, Databricks is you can use the 14 days trial version with the 14 days trial version with any vendor connectivity of the Azure or Google or AWS cloud. Or you can just use the community edition, which is a free everywhere, every time. I recommend go with the cloud integration because you have a lot of features with that. It's up to you. Um, but yeah. Uh, so now I'm going to the pipeline, which is I'm going to new notebook. So I'm going to change my notebook name. I'll say ADLS to Databricks to Snowflake pipeline. Let's change the naming conventions. Okay, just use full names so it's easy to populate. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so this is the Databricks. Okay, no, this is the notebook you can write, and coming to the cluster, you can create your new resource. So I've just created one. I'm going to activate this now one. So when you create your first time, it will take a few more seconds to create the cluster, but you need to create on use by selector. I just selected one, the basic one. So, but you can use anything. Depends on your job. This is a simple job because here we are not using any machine learning or AI capabilities. So you can just take the standard one, which is 14 GB, and I'm using 4 cores. And make sure that you put the configurations. Let me discuss the configurations, so it will help you. So you can change this by default. You see so many hours of termination, but you can just put 30 minutes or 1 hour. So after 30 minutes or 1 hour inactivity, it is going to be terminate by default. Fine. Okay, now my notebook is started. As I said in the diagram, we are going to do the mounting, right? We're going to do the mounting connectivity. Okay, the first of all, I would like to check, do we have any the locations? Uh, uh, First, we are going to see how we are going to do the mounting connectivity. So now let's see. I'm going to integrate the connectivity with the mounting. So first, let's do the configs. So on the configs configurations, I'm going to take the file system Azure account key. What is my storage account? So I'm just putting a tab, so you'll get by default. But I'm not going to use this. What is our storage account? This one, right? Development source data is my storage account. I'm going to use that. Yes, so see, it is doing automatically the format. You can just enter the tab. Okay, it will fill. And what is the key? This is important. Okay. Mm. I'm going to my storage account, right? Let's go to this is my storage account, right? These are containers, right? You can go with the access keys and you can just copy this key. I'm just copying this key. Of course, you can delete your key after you practice or after you can delete or you can rotate. I think the key is not. Let me copy to clipboard. Okay, perfect. Okay, the key is created. Now I'm going to mount the location df utils, sorry, db Databricks utils dot file system dot mount. The beauty here is when you're writing a command, the next part is coming automatic. When you use tab, you can see automatically. So what is next? I'm going to do the source. What is the source? So I'm going to use the file system, which is the container. What is the container name? We are actually using raw data. Okay. Raw data container at the rate your storage account. What is my storage account? Development source data dot blob. See, I go automatically just into the tab. And what is a mounting point into Databricks? This is important thing. Where you want to mount? Okay, I want to mount. See, it is giving automatically your container name. Okay, fine. You can mount. Suppose I'm mounting into the raw data. Okay. And do we have any extra configurations? Yeah, I've defined above the configs, right? I can use that. See, the configs are configs. Perfect. So by this way, I am mounting the location from my ADLS container to Databricks location. So this is the Databricks mounted location, and this is the ADLS location. So I'm just doing the mounting now. Just you can run, and we'll see. So if you got the true, it means it's mounted. After you mount it, you can check the file system. Do we have any files or not? We got some issue, which is string index out of range 89. Okay. Sorry, this you can use MNT. Okay. So the issue is about the space. Here, when you copy paste the key, it is taking some extra empty character. So please make sure that check and remove if there is any extra space character. Okay, now it's true, which means the mounting is connected. Okay, let's check. Is the mounting worked or not? Yeah, this is the path, right, that we defined. Now I'm going to use the DB utils file system, list the files. Okay, see, I have a file. So in my storage account, in the container, I have one file, right? So you can see uh, in the code, we have one file, right? Raw data. Yeah. So it means now the location is mounted. So this step one completed. The file loaded and then loaded into raw data, raw layer. Next thing, I'm going to create a step 2, which is going to be a transformations. So before going to do the transformation, this is a file, right? This is just a raw file. Now we need to read the data, the transformation using a Spark. I'm going to apply the job. So I'm going to take the raw underscore data equal to spark dot, this is a read, this is the CSV file, right? It's spark dot read dot CSV. So on this location, yes, the header is true. And you want to make automatic schema. Yeah, let's go for infer schema equal to true. Okay, let's enter. Here you can just write one more command to see the data dot show. You can see now the job is ready and I got the data. So Spark is going to showing us now as a data frame, which is like table, is like a table, is a logical table. It is going to show all the headers and some 20, the top 20 records it's going to show. So this is like a reading the raw data from the Databricks mounted location. And now in the Databricks, next I'm going to apply a transformation. So okay, what you want to do the transformation data? Okay, I'm going to take a transformed data frame, and I'm going to apply the, is the raw underscore data? Yeah, so say raw underscore data. I'm going to apply the raw underscore data dot filter and apply the raw underscore data. Suppose I'm just defining the age, suppose is something like a greater than 18. So with, suppose I'm applying something, some transformations, column rename. Okay, I'm just asking, there's age column, right? So I'm taking age column and I'm going to change to user age, suppose something, a transformation. And I'm asking, after you done this data frame transformation, just show me. If you understand this process, I'm applying everything on data frames. So we load the data, raw data in data frame, and we apply some transformation. See, this is a transformed data. So you can see the headers. Previously, what is the headers? Age integer, and here now we have user age integer. And the same way, the age is greater than 18. Here you see all mixed up, including 17s and everything. But here you see all above 18. So like this, you can apply any lot of transformations. So, there is no limit for transformation, right? What is the meaning of transformation? So client have lot of requirements. So every requirement is like one transformation. So they give the data and they'll ask you to do the transformation. That's your job to do the transformation. So as part of this sample data, and I have applied this transformation. Okay, now I'm going to load this data into another mounted location. What do you mean? I mean, here we have a raw data which is mounted. I don't want to disturb this raw mounted location. I'm going to create a one more mounted location for the transformer data. If you remember the architecture diagram, after the transformer results, we're going to store everything into the transformer layer, right? So this is what I'm going to do now. So let's create a container, because the beauty of the things for the storage are, don't mix up everything in one folder or one container. You can just make it separate containers based on your requirement. If it is a raw, we can make it raw. If it is some transformation, just apply transformed container, transformed data, let's say. Okay, transformed data. So this is my store, this is my container in the ADLS. In the Databricks, I'm going to create a one mounted location, and then I'm going to store these results. Before do the mounting, I'm going to store this transformer results into a Databricks location, into a mounted MNT location. So what is this data frame? Transformer data frame dot I'm going to write dot more. Do you want to go with overwrite or append? Let me go for overwrite and see it is giving automatically the path. I like these features, so it's saving a lot of time. So, um, so MNT transformer data. Okay, that's fine. I'm running now. Okay, this is done. Okay, now if you want to check, previously we checked, right? To check the file system files. Let me copy this. So, okay, see here, it's showing the results. And if you go back and if you refresh, do you see the files here? No, because I've just done only loading into the MNT location, but is it mounting is happened? No, mounting is not happened from the ADLS to Databricks using this container. No, I'm going to create this container location. So I'm going to store DB utils. I can use the same one, right? I can use the same code. At the end of the day, I'm using the same key because I'm not changing the storage account. I'm just changing the container. What is the container name? Sorry. It's a transformed data, right? Yeah. So transformed data. Okay. Do you want to change anyway? Yeah, here I will change. Um, anyway, storage account key is standard, and I'm just mounting from my ADLS to Databricks mounting locations. Yeah, that's cool. So what is this? No such file. Transformer, spell mistake, transform. Transformer data. And what is this MNT transformer? Oh, here also we have trans. Mistakes. Okay. Yeah, we are mounting the locations. That's good. You can see the job processing. Okay, true, which means it's completed. Now let's check. Now you go and check your containers, refreshing. So if once you run, you'll get the files now. So for example, if I see I'm going to run, because we just mounted now, you will see empty. Now I'm just going to run my job again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is actually it's already mounted, so I'm just trying to mount a location. See now, I got the files. And now we can check. You can refresh. See, I got the files. You got it right? Means this data which is transformed in Databricks, the file is mounted to this location. So if you see this one, we mounted from raw to raw layer, and this one is a reverse. Transformer layer to transformer container. At the end, if you ask me what is your storage accounts, is ADLS only. If I remove if I remove my Databricks account, no worries, your data is safe in ADLS. That's why always remember, guys. I mean, I see a lot of problems and solutions in the market, and I'll confuse many times. I don't know why different ecosystems are using for the storages and paying a lot of billings. But in this case, I totally recommend, you know, storage is a storage, process is a process. Don't keep the storage in the process and don't keep process in the storage. So we need to make sure that we are using the services, based on the requirements. Okay, we completed 1, 2, 3. Now let's go with the final part. which is the fourth one. I know you all guys are waiting for the Snowflake things. Let's go ahead. Snowflake. Again, Snowflake is a trial account you can access. You can access the Snowflake 14 days, 14 days, I think 1 month, right? 1 month trial account. Yeah, I think 1 month trial account. Um, okay, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, the Snowflake. Okay, now I'm going to create new worksheet. Okay, I'm going to create, sorry, create database. Let me call Databricks source underscore DB because the data is coming from Databricks, so I just call this name. So let's run, refresh. I got it right, Databricks source DB. Okay, so now I'm going to the Databricks, and then here you can write your Snowflake connectivity. So the relation between Databricks to Snowflake, there are already connectors are available. You can use that connectors. So let's use pip install Snowflake connector Python. Pip install Snowflake SQL. Right. Let's run. So this is nothing but I'm installing the. Sorry, why I used here 2%. Okay. So I'm installing the connectors. So which is I'm going to use these connectors to integrate Databricks to Snowflake. Yeah, it's ready. And the next step is I'm going to use the Snowflake options. Right. I'm going to integrate the URL, SF Snowflake URL. So we can find your account name here, or you can connect here also. Here also you can connect it. Let me use this here directly. So, or else you'll get an email when you create an account. You'll get by default an email, but that's fine. I can use the connector URL HTTPS. Um, so this is the account, and this is the part of the account, and it's a default Snowflake computing.com. Okay, and Snowflake database. What is our DB? Databricks source underscore DB. Okay, done. And schema, Snowflake schema. What is our schema? Yeah, I can use public schema. Should be fine. Public. Public. And Snowflake user. I can use my account name, which is SN Future. And see, it's giving automatically the required properties. So I'm just following what he's asking. I think, you don't require the password. You don't require to give the password here. I mean, there is a one way, there are many ways of integration, and this is the one way of username password. Um, you can give this username password integrations. If not, the other way is you can pass the keys and security keys tokens. I think in my other video, I have explained that process. But anyway, right now, this is not our focus. Our focus is about the integrations. So I'm going to integrate, suppose have a nice day, 1, 2, 3. This is one of my password. I can use it. I think, yeah, that's the Snowflake options. Okay, that's it. And now where is my data frame? So transformer data is my data frame. I'm going to use the data frame, and I'm asking to write this data frame um, format into Snowflake, and the options, Snowflake options, and what is the mode, how you want to save this table. Yeah, I think it's giving everything. Why can't we follow this? So Snowflake options, mode, save as table. Yeah, this is the database. Yes, and this is the public schema. And uh, this is the table I want, which is not in the currently, which is not here. So it is going to create automatically. Let's run and see. Okay, Databricks source. What is the database name? Databricks source underscore DB. Yeah, is it Databricks underscore DB? Do we have any? The catalog Databricks source underscore DB is not found. I think we missed the warehouse. Let me add warehouse because that is the compute underscore warehouse. Okay, let me run again. Check again. Databricks DB. Let me do one thing. Transform data. I'm writing into Snowflake and options or the Snowflake options. And instead of going with this way, I'm going to do the option option DB table. Yeah, transformer data. Let me go with the save option. This is another way of doing. So don't trust always AI. Sometimes it is going to give different way. Okay, so what is here? Incorrect username and password. Is it? Isn't future. I think I've created. You can check your users actually. Show users. Show me Snowflake users. I think I missed D. That's fine. Yeah, computer warehouse. Okay, yeah, it's all correct. Okay, let's run again. Run. I think now it is going to work. Yes. You can see here when you run the jobs are going to the Spark jobs. Okay, success. So you can see the portal of the how the job of the Spark jobs are running. Okay, and so this is completed, which means let's go here. We don't have any table, right? Refresh. This is a refresh in a Snowflake. See, I got the table. I got the data. And now if you see, select start from transformed data. Let's run. You can see here, we got the data. So we have completed step number 4. So we have completed end-to-end. So which means we have completed everything. Now we're going to do the one more file load into raw folder. Okay. So in the transformer data, I'm going to my storage accounts, which is development source data, right? What is our raw container called raw data? We have only one file. Suppose I'm going to upload into the raw data one and upload. If you see now here, I have loaded another file. Of course, the same data, same count, but I just make the another version copy. And now I'm going to my job. So I'm just running my jobs. So when you see now, of course, I'm not mounting again because the location is already mounted. So it says you can see 2 files. Got it? Because it's a mounted, whatever the changes has happened in the source, the ADLS, automatically it is reflecting into Databricks. So now I have a job. If you see, of course, I'm doing overwriting. Let me do with append mode. If you do append, then you will see the data is appended. Now you see, we got more files, which is nothing but the first file and the previous file. And of course, this is already mounted. And now if you see the transformer data as well, you'll see more files. And if you go back and check your transformer data content, you see more files. See, that is the first file, this second file. Okay. So, and now if I go and here also I put the append. If you put the override to override, I put the append here. To see the Spark jobs are running. Okay, it's appended. Now I'm going to select my data. So previously it is 917 records and now double because I have loaded the same file with the new version. So it's like a new loading, which means, so this is the pipeline is created. When you load the new files, already is a mounted. So the file will come automatically to folder. And when you run the job, the file data will come. To run this job, we can automate this process um, in a different ways. But this is the process of end-to-end data pipeline. Okay. So we have covered, guys, the whole process, loading a data, transforming a data, and then the transformed results are going to Databricks, and then the final enricher results are going to Snowflake. So this is a architecture part. So we have covered. Yeah, there's a workshop, guys, end to end. I'm going to share this code and everything through GitHub location so you can access the code. And So as part of the workshop, we have covered this end-to-end pipeline. Congratulations, and I hope you have followed the process. If not, I recommend you go through the video and the code, and definitely you can do the same thing on your own. So now we have successfully built the integration between ADLS, Databricks, and Snowflake. So this pipeline is scalable, efficient, ideal for handling the real-time ingestions and real-world data engineering challenges. So yeah, if you have any questions, and we are here to support you at any point of time. So you can contact SN Future mail IDs, and we are available in social media 24/7. And so we're going to support you at any point of time. Let's build your future together with SN Future. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the session, and all the best.